Yay!
Episode 1, guys. Yes. Excited.
Welcome to the inaugural version of Welcome. Well, see, I'm reading the screen. Sorry. Welcome to the inaugural episode of Queenz. And I can't speak tonight because
It's okay.
I have a case of the nerves. I should have taken a shot before I started, but that's
No,
okay.
you're good.
Don't prove him right. Don't prove him on right.
I know it's the pressure. It's the pressure that got to me. I was okay until that last little speech. But let me get started. I am Lady Shasha, Mistress of the Snark, Blood Goldilocks, and your gore connoisseur. And I am joined by the twins Meka and Kira from.
Hey. Oh yes. Hello.
Introduce yourselves. Let us know what channel you're on.
Oh my God, look at that. Okay, sorry. Oh, so I'm Kira.
And I'm Meka.
And we are a double feature podcast.
Yes.
I guess we give you a little bit more about us, per se. I don't know, do we? Yeah. So
Okay.
we like to do a female-centric lens over on our channel. So we focus on films with women.
Women in film.
Yeah, kind of all genres. TV, film, and other tidbits. Yeah. And you can find us on Instagram and also on YouTube at Double Feet Podcast.
Yes.
And also we are joined by Kristie Felice from Love. Well, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, I'm Kristie. I'm one half of In Love with Horror, where my husband AJ and I are YouTubers and film critics. We mostly review horror movies. And we like to highlight and lift up Black horror mostly. That's where our heart and passion lies. But we review everything, whatever's horror, we're there for it. Recent, old, whatever it is. We like to have discussions. A lot of times they are debates because we're not always on the same page. And it's quite fun. So we'd love to have you as part of our community. You can find me at In Love with Horror on Instagram or Love Horror Queen on Blue Sky.
Yes. Love it.
Thank you. And we are also joined by Ash to Ashes.
Yeah.
Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Ash to Ashes. Yes, I gotta get this together because it's still new to me, but I'm 1/3 of Rise from the Dead podcast, and I'm 1/3 of Kill the Dead podcast. Rise from the Dead is a spinoff from Kill the Dead. We focus on the deep cuts in the horror genre that not a lot of people know about or even talk about, and we just like to shine light on it, give it its flowers. We also love to showcase a lot of like indie work and do a lot of interviews. Kill the Dead, we do more like recent films, like a lot of pop culture. And I also have a monthly column with Dread Central where I cover some deep cuts for each month. So I'm working on my piece for the month of March right now, so that'll be out shortly.
Awesome. Love it. Love to see it.
And I'd like to give a special shout out to Rickey Z, who is helping us out today.
Ricky.
Hey y'all, I'm Rickey Z. You can find me at Rickey Z _social. So I am not a horror connoisseur. I am a newbie. Based on me helping out with the show, our brother show Scream Kings. So I'm the producer for Scream Kings podcast. Usually airs on Wednesdays with Taman and a lot of other guys that have been really great and to learn from. And then I'm also a co-host on our sister show Geeking Out. So we talk about all things geeky, games, movies, TV shows. We should be doing a episode about the upcoming Daredevil reboot. I guess it's a reboot. Continuation.
On Disney Plus or on outside?
Disney Plus. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Before we get started, I'd like to let the audience know that we are having a drinking game tonight. And the special word, if you hear it, is final.
Oh, we gotta go get the drinks. Let's go. We said it.
Sip.
Okay. Now,
lubricate your clothes. All right.
The first thing I want to discuss is who or what stands out in your mind right now that's like really exciting you about horror?
And this could be anything we're excited about, right? In terms
It
of
could be
horror.
TV. It could be movies. It could be.
I got it. I got something.
Yes. Okay, now don't judge me, you guys, because I know there's some love out there for my Buffy, the Vampire Slayer. I must say, I'm nervous, but eagerly anticipating this Buffy reboot.
Yes.
I hope they don't do me dirty. They don't do us wrong.
Yeah.
But Sarah Michelle Gellar is there, so we will be there. I'm very excited to see what they will do.
Yeah.
I'm coming back to Sunnydale happily.
I definitely have more confidence than I've had in the past whenever they've brought up someone wanting a reboot, especially like prior to all the stuff about Joss Whedon coming out. Like if they were talking about it without Joss Whedon being a part of it, I'm like, nah. But if Sarah's involved, I have more faith in it.
Yes, I'm gonna trust.
Yeah, so that's what we're excited about. I must say, yes, I'm waiting, anticipating.
Well, I think everybody who knows me knows I'm screaming about the woman in the yard right now.
I was just about to say that.
I was going to say that one.
I'm freaking excited, and I've been anticipating this movie.
Looks good.
I heard about it, but the recent trailer just came out, but I'm avoiding it. I'm not watching it.
Nope.
As a matter of fact, Jimmy, I think I see him in the comments. Hey, Jimmy, he told me don't watch it, so I'm not gonna watch it. I'm avoiding it at all costs. But until I watch this movie, that's all I'm gonna be talking about. So the woman in the yard.
Okay, I was gonna say that one, but you took it. If y'all know me, y'all know I love me the Poohniverse. I'm all about Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, Peter Pan, and all that stuff. So as of today, the full trailer for Bambi: The Reckoning dropped. And I cannot wait. It comes out in a couple of months. I'm like, I'm ready to buy my ticket now. Like, just give it to me.
I love that. I love that. Me and my husband were just watching Revenge of Popeye. What's it called? Revenge of Popeye.
I want to see that one. Is it good?
The gore is really good, but it's very like
that's all I need.
It's just like a formula, the slasher formula. 7 people in the woods, everything. But it's British, so it's a little bit different to get used to because their landscape and things are a little bit different.
Yes, I love British.
Yes, give it to me. Just. And I know cousin Sheree is rolling her eyes because she does not like the Poohniverse, and I'm trying my damnness to convert her, to persuade her to be one of us. So
you might get her.
Shout out to cousin Sheree. But yes, I love it.
Oh, I gotta look at that. Well, maybe don't look at the trailer, just watch it.
Before we continue, I want to shout out the comments, but I do have one thing to kvetch about that I'm screaming about. Demi Moore was robbed. I'm sorry. I saw Honora. I liked Honora. No, Demi Moore should have got that Best Actress, and she served on the red carpet. I mean,
that part.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but she was robbed. Well, you see what Meg Ryan did. Oh yeah, she was like, oh.
I don't. It's just,
shout out the comment. Yeah, I don't watch the Oscars either. I just hear about them the next day. But still, I've been off the Oscars ever since I found out that the Elephant Man lost to Out of Africa, and I was like, "What? That movie? It's amazing! It's the first movie that made me cry. I saw it in 6th grade, and I was like, this is a masterpiece."
I just pop in for the category I want to see.
Yeah, I just get the cliff notes from social media, but the one thing that I'm just super, besides Wicked barely winning anything and then Demi being robbed, is the In Memoriam. That's
Tony Todd. Oh my God.
They left out Tony. They left out Michelle. They left out, oh my gosh. They left out a lot of people.
The girl from Charmed. I can't think of her name.
Oh, Shannon Doherty. And Olivia.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, and I've seen like the comments. People are like, well, they have to be a part of the Academy. I'm sorry. Tony Todd was a part of it for like 35 years. Like, he's known for other roles besides Candyman. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if I was a celebrity, if I put if I did a lot of work and I was passionate about my craft and like I'm left out because I'm not a part of the academy or because my roles weren't that important, I'm gonna be pissed. Like, what's the point then?
Hop up at the grave.
Am I less of an actor because I don't have XYZ? Like,
they get set up all the time, in my opinion.
Weird.
They always forget that needs to be someone full-time job and a different person. They didn't write it.
There's also a stigma because they associate him as a horror actor, and there's still that negative stigma towards horror movies when it comes to the Academy.
Yeah, I was shocked when The Substance got nominated.
But Hello didn't win. Did Hello? They still snubbed. Okay, we saw what we saw.
Did they still have it? Did they still have it? Well, I know in other awards it was labeled under like a comedy.
Yeah.
I was like, we're still doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, speaking of importance, there's a question on the docket about why this version of Scream Queens is important and why we all chose to participate.
I'm gonna start off, you guys. I'm just gonna jump in. I needed to participate because, first of all, it connects me with you ladies, so we couldn't pass that up. You know, so I think that in and of itself is like just fun in general. I think we're gonna have some great dialogue and conversation, and I just appreciate talking about stuff that we love, horror, and I think we can bring some interesting perspective.
Yeah, and I will say too, hopefully, I think we will highlight some Scream Queens who sometimes don't really get some praise or highlighted. You know, because there's always usually the same ones, and especially as a Black woman too, you know, it's always so important to kind of highlight our final girls and our Scream Queens out there.
I absolutely agree, and for the same reason, I'm kind of tired of seeing the same listicles where it's talking about Scream Queens and not a single one of them is Black. Like, are you serious? You couldn't find 1, 2, 3? It's just ridiculous. And then also, I'm just so appreciative to have found this is a really, really old reference, but I'm going to tell it anyways. There used to be this music video by Blind Melon called No Rain, and it was a little girl, and she's dancing in a bee costume, and everybody laughs at her. And they're like, ah! And then she runs away, and she finally finds this field of other bee people dancing together, and it's like she found her bee people. That's how I feel when I found the Black horror community online. It's like, oh, these are my bee people. Because most of the people in my family are like, outside of my immediate family are like, I don't do horror.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. But piggybacking off of what everybody's already said is just wanted to highlight Scream Queens that don't get enough love. Like the same things, like those images and the listicles that don't list us. It's really sad, you know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that we get a chance to highlight these beautiful women, these final girls, these Scream Queens during this month. And then also, like the twin said, like the community. Like when Tamar asked me, I was like, of course, you don't have to ask again. I'm definitely there. Like I love seeing us horror queens do something together for a team. You know, I hope that this will grow, and even maybe next year it'll be an even bigger panel of us. But I'm glad we at least getting off and getting started, so I'm excited about it.
Agreed.
I agree. I mean, piggyback off everybody, like same, but it's just this needs to happen. Like, especially with everything going on right now, like this is so crucial. We really need it, and it's very important to show people, like, hey, we exist. We're here. We know our shit. So I'm just thankful that to be invited. Shout out to Tamon. Anything, I mean, yeah, we're friends. I don't care. I consider y'all family. Like everybody I connect with, like it doesn't matter. Like you're family to me. So if a family member needs me, I'm there. I'm going to show up. Hell, I switched around my work schedule to make sure I could be a part of this because this is something like I'm passionate about. I do not want to miss out on it and like be surrounded by queens. Come on, you cannot go wrong with that. And it's with the whole subject on Final Girls was that last
you got us final.
Ooh, sorry. With the specific subject, last year at BlurCon, myself, Germs, Bobby, and Mike, we worked together to do a panel about underrated girls, Queenz. And it's just crazy that there's so many queens out there that are not highlighted. And it's just like, yo, we got a whole list for you. And there's so much more out there. When, not to go like on a tangent, but it's like when you see someone create a list and you just hear the same old characters, like nothing wrong with that. Like shout out, like, yes, I'm going to celebrate you, but it's like, it's important that we showcase the other queens out there too.
Well, definitely for me, as someone that's new to horror, I've really been enjoying to get to learn and especially hang out with you ladies. And I've learned so much from doing Scream Kings. That it's a great time to commune with Black women in a area that you don't really see us in a lot. And as someone that's new to this, get to learn from you guys and get to dabble into more horror that I haven't been able to do before.
Welcome, one of us.
Why did that make me want to sing the Google Goggle song? One of us.
I'm dying.
I was just thinking, do you guys just consider a final girl as only being in slasher movies, or do you also think that you're a final girl like if you survived being possessed?
I'm gonna give you that. Yeah, I think survival, because if you can survive possession, come on,
right? Possession is a lot of work.
You made it through. Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah, I say
because actually, I never heard people talk about, that those girls in those types of films. So yeah, that's a good question. Please,
what made me think about it was when I was trying to put together my list of women of color that are final girls. There were a couple that stood out to me, like of course Abby from the Black Exorcist film of 1974, I think, and the young lady that played on The Exorcist Believer. And I was like, because she was so impressive, even though the movie itself wasn't the most awesome thing, I think the two young actresses really did an awesome job. And the fact that she came through that, I was like, they should kind of be included. I'm not 100%. But
I would include.
I would.
Yeah.
You surviving those storms.
Come on.
Yeah, you can get that title.
Right. You didn't ask for that.
Seriously.
You were put in a situation and you had to get through it. So yeah. I'm a survivor.
I think since we're a little bit into it right now, I would like to take a break to do the commercial right now, so then we could really get back into what we're talking about. Because this is just a precursor. We're gonna get a lot deeper into this final girl scream. Why can I not say Queenz? I can't say it.
Someone says final. Drink again.
This part pissed me off when I was watching it. They get away from the killer and they like close the door and lock the killer inside. And now they're just having this moment, like, hey, how y'all doing? You want to go get coffee after this? Or thanks for saving my life and all that kind of stuff. And then the killer hacks through the door and then they scream. We know that trope in horror. We know what's supposed to happen when you close the door and wait too long. It just felt a little cheesy for me too in that moment. Damn, did this movie not land?
At all.
I tried to tell you. Even when they were running. And she was like, wait a minute. We not even a couple. And I was like, finally, someone in this movie says something that I'm feeling right now. And the killer is still like, well, I don't give a shit, So it's just like, it even more infuriated me in that moment.
It's funny that they were talking about Heart Eyes. That had such a great opening. I love the opening to Heart Eyes, like the first 5 to 10 minutes.
Heart Eyes. Don't judge us.
Yeah, we haven't seen
Wait,
it.
you said you liked Heart Eyes?
No, we still haven't seen it yet.
No, I just like the first 10 minutes. The first 10 minutes is a great opening. First kills, really, really impressive. And then from there, it's like your mileage may vary.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely check it out and then go listen to that podcast because it's hilarious. Like, if you guys haven't seen it, like, I think that was probably the best podcast I've been on.
Oh, okay.
We teamed up with the Evils and we shredded Hard Eyes. Okay.
Damn.
It's so funny.
It took me until like halfway through the movie before I realized that was, I think it's Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son.
Mason
I kept on looking at his face. Like, it looks kind of familiar, but I didn't want to. Let me IMDb who this is. Third generation.
He was biased because he just thought Mason is so fine. I was like, that doesn't mean the movie is good.
Yeah.
Let
me shout out to some people in the chat before I keep going. Chris Jacobs is here. Tony Man is here. Just Germs is here.
Germs. Sorry.
Delon Movies is here. Rise from the Dead says hey. James Williams is here. Bobby is here from Bobby Likes It Spooky. Evil is here. Evil Tyrone is here. Evil Live. Paul Draws is here. Every time I see Paul Draws' name, I always think of Paul Walker.
I love it.
Michael Anthony is here. Did I miss anybody? Curious JoJo.
Hey, JoJo.
And James says about Hard Eyes, I got where they were going for as far as the comedy goes. To me, the movie needed more horror, more kills. I think so too. I think it could have used more kills.
Yeah.
Oh, and Tony Man says, is Hard Eyes better than African American Psycho the Hip Hop Freak? No. If you haven't seen African American Psycho the Hip Hop Freak, it is on TV. It's basically American Psycho, but a black version. But the Psycho is also P. Diddy. Amazing.
I saw one clip and I'm good.
You don't know about the director? That director is awesome. He also directed The Rapper Who Was Shot in the Heel and also The Actor Who Was Chased Around the City, which contextually you have to know who those are. And his movies are not longer than like 55 minutes.
Oh, girl. You said Tubi?
Yes, Tubi.
Oh, Tubi's is off the chain.
I forgot. He also has one called The Woman Who Didn't Know Who She Married, which is based off of the Risa Tisa. Who Did I Marry?
That was good.
He has found his niche, and a friend of mine described him as the black Tommy Wiseau.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
We gotta watch his body of work.
Yeah.
So someone had posted on the Scream Kings TikTok, well, they commented on that video and said that folks had missed the part where it's being ironic about the comedy and the
no,
or being very tropish.
I need to go tag me so I can respond to that person.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, we understood the assignment. It just wasn't played out correctly.
It did not hit.
Well, we watched.
I get what they were trying to go.
We know what we was looking at.
Yeah. It was like Scream light, but not even as good as Scream.
No.
Scream light. Scream light. Scream light.
You know how Greek yogurt has like vanilla, strawberry, and then it has that plain? Hard Eyes was the plain.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Wow.
Man.
Well, I'm going to shut my ass up. I did not like the movie. I'm just kidding. I liked it.
We don't have any. We didn't see it.
Yeah,
so
we're gonna wait for see it.
I mean, I was excited because like we finally got another Valentine's Day horror movie, and I love Valentine's horror movies. Like we need more of it. So I was just happy. I got my little Heart Eyes Valentine's Day cards in my hand, and like I'm just like okay, but yeah, like some like. I liked it, but like some parts were cheesy, and then like the reveal, like the villain reveal, kind of ticked me off. But I just had a good time. I had a good time. I was happy.
I like the way he looked. I love the mask.
Yeah,
I loved all of that. Like,
Mason getting a lot of love.
that was my favorite part of the whole movie. Just like the killer itself.
The stunt performer for Heart Eyes is going to be at Horror Hound in 2 weeks, so I'm going to try to snag an interview with him.
Nice. But he did a good job.
You're right. Like, you want to show me some stuff? Like, how did you do this? How did you do this kill? How did you do this?
And the mask was iconic. I didn't think that the final girl was memorable, but speaking of that, before we started the show,
final drink.
Oh,
we're gonna keep y'all together on that.
Cheers, ladies. Shasha, we got our Stanley cups, y'all.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I forgot this one. She even got me to decorate it and stuff. Like,
Oh,
I got some little topper.
Oh, you fancy.
I got a bag for mine. I got this one. She
I
got a
got
bag.
the bag for the Stanley Cup. It's like a special section for the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
But before we got online, we all took a quiz to see what final girl we are.
Oh,
let's see what the results were. Ash says you're Sydney you're Sydney Prescott from Scream. You're strong, smart, fearless, and funny. You're always there to show support, and people know you to be understanding and kind. Challenges always find their way to you, but you find a way to overcome.
Period.
Who's up next?
Oh, Ricky.
Ricky is Jenny.
What's about Jenny?
Jenny Field from Friday the 13th. You always work through your fear and never give up on anything. You're there for those you love and would do anything to keep them safe. Just maybe avoid camping.
Yes.
That's like not even really right. Working through my fears, that's kind of like that's a stretch, but okay.
Oh, she got
I'm
Sydney.
also Sydney.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We had some repeats.
Yep.
Okay.
We all got the same thing.
Jenny too. Yeah, we have a lot in common.
Oh, wow. Okay. She got Jenny too.
Of course. Tamar cheated.
No,
Definitely cheated.
so Tamon definitely wanted us to say that this was done in real time.
It was. I observed him taking the quiz. It says you're tough, curious, and funny. You're always ready to write a story and entertain others. You're the most intelligent person in any room, and no one can take you down without a fight. That sounds accurate.
Not them using the picture with the bangs.
Yeah, the bangs.
We can take my popping in. I'm gonna give you that. And my Gail's still going strong. Yes, come on, Gail Weathers.
Not the bangs.
Right.
Iconic, yes. My Gail's a survivor.
No, we did kind of cover this already, but we probably should go through it by decades. And that is defining a scream queen and a final girl. And let's do that first. Let's separate those things, those two ideas. Let's first define a final girl versus a scream queen.
Oh, drink. Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well, I would say, I would say like a final girl to me.
Meka drink.
Oh, tag. I would say the girl to me is someone who is like confronting the evil. You know what I mean? Because sometimes the scream queens can kind of be like, like the falling and the tumbling down, and they don't always survive, and the damsel in distress. But like my final girl is someone who's going to confront the problem, or like at the end really do what she needs to do to kind of just survive. So I always just see that as the difference with a final girl strong. Oh, dang. I'm trying to keep us together. You keep saying but that's what
I'm glad I got water because I would be lit with y'all. Okay?
I'm drinking water.
That's what I would say the distinction is to me with the difference. Yeah, that's what I would say.
I agree. I was at with Scream Queen, I see it as an actress who's in multiple, like in horror movies, like tons and tons and tons of horror movies. That makes them the scream queen. The girl, just piggyback on what you're saying, like she faces the situation, takes care of business, and lives to see the day. She survives. She used whatever. I know people are going to get tired of me saying this, but in the words of Degrassi, she did whatever it takes to make it through, and that makes her the girl. So,
yeah, I agree with you. Ash, kind of like the scream queen is like someone who shows up consistently throughout horror films. And then the last girl has that has evolved over the years, right? Like
it has.
In the earlier years, it's somebody who's like the innocent person, the sacrificial lamb, almost in a way that makes it through against all odds. But nowadays, we're starting to see more women stand up, be strong characters, and I like that evolution of the last girl. So it's the last one standing, and
there we go,
making it through. Yeah.
I also want to add, I kind of consider scream queens also to be people who can play the villain. So because I just want to include Aaliyah as Akasha, because that was just amazing. And Grace Jones and Vamp, like these are scream queens. Iconic.
Yeah. That was the best thing about that movie. Oh, tell me.
So I was thinking of like a Helen versus a Julie type of situation. Like I'm thinking like I know what you did last summer. Like Helen Shivers is, from what I've been told and what I've seen, like it's a pretty iconic scream queen or character with her chase scene, and then we have Julie, who's actually a final girl that survived it. But then when you talk about the actresses that have been in thank you, Demond.
Ricky, come through.
Like the actors that have just that they're known for being in horror film, or like they're down for a good film in horror, then those are definitely scream queens.
I like that.
And also there was when I think about it, someone was saying earlier about people who've been in multiple horror movies, even if they died. And I know we're talking about scream queens, but I immediately thought of, I think it's Bill Paxton. Is it Bill Paxton? That he was killed in Terminator, Predator, and
Aliens.
No, Predator 2. I'm sorry. He was Aliens. Yeah. He's been killed in 3 different franchises, and I'm like, that's kind of iconic too.
Yeah.
Things that are like that, I can't think of one.
Shasha, do we count Frailty?
Oh yeah. He
was that him in Near Dark too?
Yes, he was.
Dang, Bill.
I know. To think about that, I thought girl, he was taken out of that too.
I can't think of any scream queens that were like that, but I can think of some that never got killed. It leads me to our favorite, our top 5 scream queens. And in my top 5, there is one that she never dies in the horror movie she's in, and that's why she's my number 1. Do I have some images for that?
Here we go.
For top 5, or should we just start talking? Because I can just start into my top 5 if that's not queued up yet.
It should be ready to go. Give me a second.
Okay.
Hold on.
Well, I'll talk about an honorable mention that she just missed my top 5. That's Jessica Elaine in Thriller.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
And to me, Thriller is like an unofficial remake of Prom Night, because like mostly the only thing that really changed, they made it Homecoming instead of Prom. But the story, the killer's backstory and everything is about the same as in Prom Night.
Damn, I forgot about that movie. That movie pissed me off. I remember saying that when I first watched. Yes. Okay.
Those are good.
So My top 5 were Sydney Park, who she survived There's Someone in Your House, but she was also in Wish Upon, which I Wish Upon is a guilty pleasure. Like, I know it's horrible, but it's so fun to watch.
Same, that's how I feel. Yeah.
You can just throw it on. Throw it on. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do some cleaning.
My number 4 is actually at the bottom left, and that's Keita Updike in The Horror of Dolores Roach.
Yeah. That's so good.
Yeah.
Underrated, Shasha.
Yeah, and I watched that series twice, and I originally listened to the voice acting of it. It was originally, they called it a podcast, but it's really more like a radio play on Spotify, and the acting was so good, and then they made a Netflix series out of it. And shout out to Keita. My number 3 is Naomi Aki in the top Blink Twice.
Oh, I love that.
That was such a good movie.
Yeah, it was really, really good. Mm-hmm. Number 2 is Jada Pinkett Smith from Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight. Yeah. Mostly because it surprised me. I remember seeing this in the movie theater because I think I might have worked in a movie theater when it came out, because I worked at a movie theater when I was a teenager. And I was really surprised that she got to be the final girl because it wasn't the norm. And it was just really, really great. And my number 1 is Kelly Jo Minter, because she never dies. She was in Nightmare on Elm Street 5, Popcorn, The People on the Stairs. She even had a short role that you blink and you miss her in The Lost Boys because her scenes were cut.
You're right. Yep.
But it must be in her contract, but she doesn't die in horror movies. She just be in horror movies. And I love it.
You know what this make me think of? Shasha Jada Pinkett did get taken out on that Scream too, though.
Oh yeah, but that's
she did.
That's a
great list.
I just love Demon Knight so much.
I do. So fun.
I think I read a fun fact that Cameron Diaz was actually supposed to play that role.
Wow.
But something, I think contract issues or something like that. And
I don't see that.
I can't see that. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure,
I love Dolores Rose. Come on, that series.
Yeah.
So good.
I also really like Blink Twice. That movie is really good.
I did. I really enjoyed that.
Kudos. That's always said to Zoe Kravitz. Directed it.
For that directorial debut. That's awesome.
I'm gonna need you to hurry up and drop another piece of work.
Yes.
Quickly.
Waiting.
Yeah, I love that. It's a great list.
This is a good list.
Naomi in Blink Twice was great for her character. Yeah, at first it was, and then you find out later that there's a reason for why certain things are happening. Yeah. Because the first half, you are very much like, why is she doing this, that, and the other?
Okay.
Yeah, so this is the doubles I list. We had to. It's so hard for us to narrow it down, but we did. So of course, like Shasha, we had to pick Miss Geraldine.
Come on,
because she just always is on our list.
I love that she was humorous in this role. Like she didn't take any smack, action, like
very gritty. I just loved her character. Yeah, and it's just great to see her survive, and that's just a great movie. I think it's getting love now, but I always thought it was so underrated. Then of course we got our Selena from 28 Days Later. We love a good infected zombie movie. She just was like really badass right off the gate. Like, I need to survive. I need to get stuff done.
Can we talk about? I don't want to give too much away. Can we talk about her partner when her boy changed? It was no hesitation.
Yeah, she was like she'll make those tough decisions that need to be made. And if you're not keeping up, you out. So I love Selena. Jen from Sweetheart. I love Sweetheart.
That's so underrated in my opinion.
Yeah.
And it wasn't much to the film, but I think it really did a stellar job with highlighting the fear in terms of this picturesque remote island that seems beautiful until it's not.
Yeah.
And then what she has to do to kind of make it through. Yeah.
Yeah, I just love that horror and the sci-fi kind of elements with that one. I just love that movie. And then I did Kira from The Invitation. I never hear anyone talk about this movie, but I just love The Invitation.
So good.
And she was like all about like making sure her man was okay and secure,
taking everything in,
being aware of the surroundings,
and alert when she needed to be.
Yeah, and making sure they get where they need to get.
She wasn't tripping. She wasn't falling.
I loved it. Yeah, so I love Kira. And then our last one, I kind of debated with His House, but I think I'll go back to you, Shasha, with those supernatural elements, kind of like when you're dealing with like this haunting. Woomy, she's just such a great actress. I
She
love her.
is.
And another show I recommend that has some horror elements for her is Passengers. So good. That's a great TV show. But yeah, Raelle.
Lovecraft Country too. She was in.
Oh yeah,
she was phenomenal in Lovecraft Country.
She's just a great character, and I love her.
Commands the screen
on his
and she's gonna be in Sinners.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Hey. Yes. So that's our list. Yeah, Imitation's so good.
Definitely
Yeah, underrated. Oh,
yeah, we got some very similar ones. But I'll just share why I chose them. Like Emerald. I'm a Keke Palmer fan.
Yes.
Like wherever she show up, I'm there. Okay. But in this film particularly, like I just love how she shows up on screen. I love how she shows up for her brother. Like I'm a sister of all brothers. I have 5 brothers. And so I just love that sister and brother relationship they have and how she just consistently shows up and have his back. And like, she's hilarious. She's just funny. Like, I just love her. And then to have her be the last one standing after like the last girl, the last girl. And then the way she does, I just really like the ending. I don't want to spoil if you haven't seen Note, but it's good. You gotta watch it. I didn't even say the whole word.
No, she said last.
They're trying to get us tipsy up in here.
And I love Selena for the same reasons y'all love her. Like no hesitation whatsoever. Yes. And then when it came time to protect the people that was, in her charge, she did so. Because she had a moment where she kind of evolved too, where she was kind of like off herself, but then she kind of switches up, halfway through. So I like her evolution as a character, and then obviously I like the ending. I have a little soft heart for romance, and so I really Jerry Liz, she a BA, she a badass. I just love her. Okay. Same with what's her name? Sanaa Lathan.
Alexa.
Oh yes.
I just like her. Yeah. I mean, this movie's not that great, but I still like this movie a lot. Like, it's one of those like comfort films for me, Like even though it's bad, I still like it.
Yeah, it's fine. We like it. We watch it all the time.
One of my favorite scenes in that movie is when she and the Predator actually come to an agreement. Like I just love that particular point in the movie. But yeah, and I'm a sucker for a monster movie. First of all, one of my biggest fears is to be like lost or like out alone by myself on an island somewhere. So the fact that she is able to survive that, like, it's just amazing. So those why I picked these beautiful.
That's good. I love it.
Black girls.
Love it.
And I love to see Sanaa. They're giving me
yes. Queen. Ooh.
First off, can I just say this was a tough list to create. Like I still have some more girls that I want to add, but it was hard to keep it to 5. But in no particular order, I have to start with my girl Abra Stone from Dr. Sleep. And I'll admit, I've only watched that movie one time, and it has such an effect on me. It was done beautifully, and I just love the character of Abra. When it comes to like child actors, I kind of like, y'all get on my nerves. Like, what is going on? Like, something's missing. But with Abra, like the character is just, she's strong. She knows that she has these powers, and she knows that she has to use them to deal with Rose the Hat. Like just having to grow up so fast, dealing with like these powers and like this crazy woman after her. Like that's a lot going on for a kid. And she's just strong, and I just really like the character. And this is like in no particular order. Next, Diana Sugar Hill. Oh, okay. That Sugar Hill is seriously one of my comfort films, one of my favorite films ever. Diana, she's smart. She does not play. Like, you took away something that she loved, and then you have the nerve to be like, let me buy the club. No, you just did this. And you, like, no, why would I sell the club to you? And then she swallows her pride. She goes back to her roots to ask for help. She makes sure shit gets done. She's not playing around. You pissed off the wrong woman. And then I love how at the end, technically she did a whole like, I know I made a promise to you for this, but hey, here's this instead. It's the same thing. Take it or leave it. I love that whole switcheroo at the end. And I was like, you know what? I love you. Yeah. Definitely had to put her on the list. Alexa, anything with Sanaa Lathan in it, I'm in. I'm watching. I love Sanaa. The character of Alexa, she's smart. The way she teams up, spoiler alert, I know the movie's over 20 years old. The way she teams up with Predator to take down Alien, like, that's just smart, because my goofy ass would be like, you know what, just take me out. I'm just going to hold you down. I'm no good, but I just love her. Selena, everything y'all said about Selena. Come on. I remember being little Ash to Ashes and renting this movie with my mom and like just seeing a black woman on the screen dealing with all this chaos. I was like, wow, like she is badass. I love her. And like my eyes were just glued to her. Like she made the movie for me. Like I love that movie.
Yeah.
The last girl, Vicaria from this title is just The Angry Black Girl and Her Monster. I know this movie is a little 50-50. Some people like it, some people don't. I actually really enjoyed this movie. It kind of, her character, super smart. And she loses her brother, and she's like, she does whatever it takes to try to bring her brother back. I lost my baby brother, and I could see myself doing something like that. Like if I had the resources, if I had the brains to create something to bring back somebody to life, I would do it. And her character just hit for me. Like she just won my heart. So that's my top 5.
I love it.
Such a good list.
Good list.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, Ash, have you seen Fall of the House of Usher?
No, I have not seen any of those shows.
Oh, the young lady that plays Abra is also in Fall of the House of Usher. She does a great job in that too.
Ooh,
it's very, very hard.
Yes. Oh yeah, she's good.
I was going to add her on my list. Sound of Violence is a great movie. I was going to add her.
Sound of Violence.
I had to make that difficult cut. I was like, I'm sorry.
What's interesting is in the group chat, which kind of inspired me to start making a list. And I was really pleasantly surprised at how far we've come as women of color in horror through the eras. Like if you look back from the 70s to today, how things have really, really developed and changed. Let's talk about that a little bit. How much do you guys know about like horror in the 70s?
Well, I know you can give us an education, Shasha.
But yeah, I watched. Well, we gotta get a little bit better. I think because I think like Meka and I right now are trying to really historically go back and delve deeply into a lot of genres. So like early 30s, 40s, 50s even. So I feel as though like we touch on it. 80s is usually where we kind of start.
Like 80s, 90s and forward. I feel like we definitely need to do that deep dive
with the 70s.
I just have to. I thank my mother for the 70s horror because it was through her VHS collection. Because my mother graduated high school in 1972. And so she always told me about, oh, yeah, I saw that at the drive-in. I saw this at the drive-in. And just in her VHS collection, she had Blackula and Scream, Blackula, Scream. So that's how I had found out about those movies. And then when I went away to college, I went to Florida Memorial, which is a HBCU in Miami. And they used to have like a blaxploitation night. and they would play.
Awesome.
Yeah, they in the student center they would play movies like Petey Wheatstraw, the Devil's Son-in-Law. So it was just that's how I kind of really got into those movies. It's very interesting to see where like back then. It's funny because it wasn't so much a slasher thing. Like they usually, a lot of them kind of started off being the black version of something. Like Blackula was the Black Dracula, Blackenstein was Black Frankenstein. Although I thought that they should have said Franken Negro. It has a better ring to it. But they also had Dr. Black and Mr. Hyde. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then there was other stuff that I stumbled upon when I started my channel, and I started looking for more Black cinema. And there's a woman, oh God, Marlene Clark, so beautiful. She was in The Beast Must Die, which is like a werewolf whodunit. And I started looking up her movies because she also was in Ganja and Hess. And she made some movies. Yeah, she made some movies in the Philippines. Like one was called Night of the Cobra Woman, where she was like, yeah, she would like literally turn into a Cobra woman and was like, it was, how do I describe it? It's kind of similar to, oh God, what's the name of the movie? It's an 80s movie with a space vampire that walks around naked in Life Force. She's similar to Life Force. Yeah, where she sucks the life out of men, but she's also a Cobra woman. Yeah. So it was just really, really cool to see those movies and to see how elegant the Black women looked in the 70s. Like they just had this air about them that was like really something you want to aspire to. That's what I love about that. And in the 80s, I had said to someone, I can't remember who, I might have put in a group chat, how I was looking for Final Girls from the 80s. And Ash, oh shoot. And Ash was able to find one aside from Kelly Jo Minter, which was all the way in 89. You said it was The Final Terror?
Yeah.
Right? Yes, The Final Terror. But what I found was in the 80s, there were a lot of Black women that played the monster, where like what stands out to me is like Goretta in Demons. Like amazing.
Oh, yeah.
What I said earlier about Grace Jones and Vamp and The Howling 2. I can't remember the actress's name off the top of my head. It's called The Howling 2, Your Sister's a Werewolf. There's this Black woman that she is just, it's all fashion. She's just giving the whole movie, just giving. And come to find out, I was writing an article and there's a Rolling Stones song called Brown Sugar. And apparently Mick Jagger wrote it about her.
That's a fun fact. Look at that.
But she apparently she was a model that she just did this one acting gig and I think she went back to modeling. But it's just wild how in the 80s we more so played the quote unquote monster than the I don't want to say it. Last girl.
Shasha trying to find a word.
Trying to find a word. See, he's got to say drink anyway.
I know look up his mouth to drink. Like,
we didn't say it.
No, let's drink though. Why not?
But I'm sure we're all familiar with the 90s because that's when like most of us have more of a conscious memory of seeing it the first time around. Like a lot of stuff that I see from back in the day is retro because I didn't see it when it came out, but I'm seeing it now. Whereas the 90s, I can remember a lot of stuff I saw when it came out. Aside from, I'm trying to think of outside of Jada Pinkett Smith. Who else do we know in the 90s as a Black scream queen or Black person that makes it to the end?
I'm losing her name.
Or person of color.
A Demonite, the one who played the
Powder. Last name's Powder.
Yes, I love her. I just think like she equally is amazing in that film as well. And I love when she's like, I don't want to give it away. Forget it. I know people haven't seen it, but you guys know the scene when she's like basically saying to F all.
And that's the thing. It was like so rare. I think you're starting to see a little, like you're definitely seeing better, I think, representation now. I think. Well, I just feel as though there's I don't know if more opportunity is the right word, but I think like
Yes, we always have a ways to go, but I think it's not lost on people now. Like, hello, like this is like, why aren't we seeing that? And yes, there's an audience. We're clearly here. Show us in these roles, and again, people consume it, they soak it up, they love it clearly. So definitely more pronounced, prominent now.
But that's so interesting. Sometimes you have to be like really like thinking. So you know what I mean? Especially
that's when you know you still have more.
Even for like certain genres, like the years, like the 80s, and like when you really gotta scratch your head and be like, oh, let me kind of find them.
Some folks in the comments have mentioned some.
Oh yeah.
So Tony said, Rod Digga.
From 13 Ghosts.
And Brandon, I Know What You Did, or Still Know What You Did. Wait,
I know what you did last summer. Still Know What You Did last summer.
Yeah. Oh, Brandy.
Is that 90s or early 2000s?
90s.
2000s.
Wait, 13 Ghosts, 2000s. Brandy. What about Eve's Bayou?
Oh,
yes.
That cast, come on, Diane Carroll, come on,
right? That was an amazing cast.
And you know who the director of that is?
Cassie
Lemons.
Yeah,
that was in Candyman. That played the best friend in Candyman. That's the director.
Oh, I'm forgetting the sister.
Alice Johnson.
Whitfield's sister in that.
Wait, Alice Johnson. Why am I not thinking of Alice Johnson?
Oh my god.
Oh no, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Michael.
It was 1998.
Tyra Banks doesn't count. I don't think she made it to the end of Halloween Resurrection. I think Tyra Banks.
No, she got.
No, Busta Rhymes is a final guy though. He made it to the end.
Entertainment.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Trick or treat. What's so funny?
Yeah, she was taken out.
Yeah. She was like, she's like, a good angle, boy, with that camera.
Yes, Della in movies. There were a lot of black best friends in the 90s.
The okay friend.
Yeah.
Can we put the link to the quiz?
Oh,
there we go.
Yeah,
it's right there.
Let's see what everybody get.
That's fun.
Yeah, like I'm thinking any another 90s.
What
about what do y'all think about oh wait, when did that come out? Urban Legends, I forget, because I love Reese.
That was 90s. Yeah, she counts.
Yeah, Reese. Come on, Reese, Officer Reese.
Yep, she definitely counts.
She was actually in our panel presentation, Reese, and it was a huge debate. I'm waiting for it. It was a debate. No, she was okay. It was actually Rod Digga, who played Maggie in 13 Ghosts, that caused a huge debate. And I'm waiting for the boys to chew me out in the chat.
They didn't think she was one?
Someone did it.
Well, she made it
Especially in a house that was chopping people in half. Like,
So it was Bobby. It was Reese and Maggie that people were debating.
I need them to debate that because they survived.
Yeah, I think they put in some work.
Okay, I pulled up my list. Angela Bassett, Critters 4, 1992.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yep.
Nabush Wright and Blade.
And Blade,
Yes. What about Vampire in Brooklyn? What year was that again?
That was 94.
It was 90s.
Was that 4? Yeah, that's 90s.
Yeah. That count. Yeah.
With that hairpiece, with Eddie's hairpiece.
Yeah, the worst thing you do is present that movie in HD, because now all I do is stare at the hairline of the wig. Like, why? Why are we doing this?
Oh my god, that is so funny to me, that movie.
I forgot about Blade too. I forgot about Blade.
Oh, come on, Blade. Are they still doing that remake? I don't know.
No,
right?
That's it. Yeah. That thing's been in production hell and how many
it's been like at least 5 years now. I feel like
they lost half the cast.
Definitely.
My gosh.
Yeah. Oh, indefinitely. Oh.
And there is little. I don't know whether it's little known, but I don't ever see anyone talk about it. This horror movie that was actually produced by WWE called See No Evil.
Yes.
I remember that.
I just watched it the other day on Tubi.
Oh, it's on
She
Tubi.
was on my list.
So I can rewatch it.
And part 2 if you want to.
Yeah. She was on my list too, and I was like, I gotta cut you off.
Laurie Strode. Oh, you got Laurie Strode. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Dell is Laurie too. Oh, come on, Dell.
I'm trying to think what else.
Now, 2010s. Oh, my list was so long for the 2010s. That's why I was like, oh, it's gotten so much better. I didn't even realize it.
Yeah, when you start
gonna,
2010s, you could do that.
I'm just going to start naming names. Gloria Lynn Henry and Phantasm Ravager, which I didn't see. I had to find out about this.
That one I didn't see. That's one we did.
Wait, so Rocky came back. So Rocky from Phantasm 3 came back to Ravager? Is that Rocky?
I don't know the character's name.
Mike and Bobby, help me out.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's Rocky.
Okay.
Yeah. Betty Gabriel in the Purge election year.
Ooh, that was good. I love that. Yeah, that was she. Yeah, she was good. Oh, man, I'm loving me some Purges. I must say, you guys.
Yeah, the Purges are good.
Yeah,
I like the first.
You should have let me have that candy bar.
Yeah. I cosplayed as her like. How many years ago? 4 or 5 years ago, I cosplayed as her.
Oh,
that was a lot of fun.
Oh my God, Shasha, pictures. That's so
good. We need a picture.
Seriously. Yeah, that's a good one. I like the character.
Did you guys see Hellfest?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Rain Edwards, she made it to the end as Brooke.
Yeah, she did. Yeah,
she did.
Oh, yeah,
yes,
come on.
She did.
With her cat ears.
Yeah.
Didn't we love how she took off that boy? Took her friend photo. She wasn't having it.
There are 3 actresses that I thought were the same person. I'm so embarrassed.
I'm sorry to this girl.
No, Taylor Russell from the Escape Room. Russell from the Escape Room. Ella Balinska from Run Sweetheart Run.
Yes. Yep.
And Georgina Campbell from Barbarian. I thought that was all the same lady.
I can see what you mean. Yeah. I can see it.
Until I made the list, I was like, oh, that's a different person.
Yeah.
I had Ella on my list in the panel. I keep bringing back on that panel, but I'm so proud of us for that panel. But yeah, I had Ella Run Sweetheart Run as my choice.
Mm-hmm. I actually enjoyed that one. We thought that was so fun. Yeah. And I liked her trajectory, like from the beginning to where she was towards the end of it. Yeah. She was running, fighting for her life. Yes.
Did you guys see Freaky from 2020?
Oh yeah.
That is
Celeste
so
O'Connor
good.
made it to the end.
Yeah. Oh, she did. Yeah. What about
I have to watch that every Friday 13th. I don't care. I'm like, it's a tradition, so it's a good time.
Yeah, Freaky is funny.
There's also Elle Lorraine from Bad Hair.
When we put that, did you guys see the film Fresh? Would you put that for her friend in that? Her friend in that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, her best friend in that. Yeah, but I forget her name. And come on, look at that. Her friend was searching you out. She knew you was in harm's way. She was a rod and
because I would have left you. I'm just kidding.
You know, I was just about to mention that. Yeah, Sophie Wilde. Yep. I think she counts.
Wait, but does she?
Was she a last girl though?
She was this close.
Technically, it's like
I don't think she made it, y'all.
I'm with Kristie. I think she on the other side.
She gone.
All right, okay. That don't count then. Damn. That's what I was thinking. She was on that other side.
Feet and all.
She was close to the credits.
She almost.
That movie pissed me off. I'm sorry. I was not a fan of that movie.
That's okay. That's okay.
I'm going to rewatch it though. I'm like, maybe if I go back and rewatch it, I'll change my mind. But that movie pissed me off.
Yeah, I like that.
Was it the way it ended that pissed you off, or just?
No, I was just ready to fight. Like, I was ready to fight her best friend. Like everybody. Yeah. I was just.
Yeah.
I wanted to fight her hairstylist. But I couldn't because
I went
through that same thing. Like, her hair literally was like when I was in 6th grade, my aunt tried to perm my hair and she used extra strength and then forgot to put she forgot a step. She stopped yelling at my cousin and she forgot a step and all my hair broke off, and my mother had to cut my hair off, and that's how my hair looked the first week after that big chop.
I
wasn't in nobody's movie. I was just in 6th grade.
They're talking about One Dark Night, and I don't think she survived.
No, she didn't make it.
Cause I was going to suggest her, but I was like, wait, no, she did not survive.
Didn't make it. What about my girl?
Oh yeah, Kira was wondering about that. Yeah, she was wondering. I mean, she was.
Ooh, that's my.
Ooh, I love me some sexy girl. She was taking everybody out.
I didn't like that wig they put her in, but I love that movie.
You know, Tamon, I was going to talk about them, but I didn't finish the series because it wasn't my cup of tea. It felt like whose gaze is this for? Because it could be just too personal, because my mother's family literally went through that. Like when she was a little girl, my grandparents moved into a white neighborhood. The people killed their dog and all that kind of. It's like this is not. I can't eat popcorn and be entertained by this.
Right.
Yeah, I could season 1, but I watched season 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It was a little bit better.
Yeah, season 2 I did enjoy. That one you can actually digest easier than the first season.
Yeah, I couldn't get past like episode 3 of that.
The first season.
Yeah.
We're in the 2010s.
2010. So
yeah, 2010. Someone was asking what decade we're talking about.
I'll pull up my list.
Every episode in season 1 was hard. Yeah, once I heard about the baby, I was like, I can't. That's one of the reasons why I can't. I want to rewatch so that I can review Beloved, but it's like I can't bring myself to rewatch Beloved.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Oh gosh.
Oh no, ma'am. I would never.
Hell no.
Again. It's crazy because how long ago was that movie came out?
That was 90s.
90s.
Yeah.
Like mid-90s.
Remember exactly what happened in that movie.
Yeah, it was like it's like burned into my brain, and we still have the VHS tape. So every time I go in the basement, I see it. I'm like,
yeah. And I have rewatched Martyrs, so you know.
Oh, I love Martyrs. Oh,
you know it's bad.
No, ma'am. One cannot be going to pull out on the show.
Martyrs is damn near a comfort watch for me.
Wow. She's in a comfort movie. I know you lying.
Over Beloved any day.
I know you lying.
I only rewatched it so I can review it. That's the movie that started my channel. I saw that movie. I told this story before, but I'm gonna tell it again. My sister set me up because I was telling her about, I like these French movies. I watched Hot Tension and what was the other one that was
No, you didn't.
It was kind of like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre type movie. I can't remember the name of it, but I was talking to her about it, and she was like, "Oh, you're gonna love Martyrs. You should check it out." And that's all she said. And I should have known because she had a smirk on her face when she said it.
Oh yeah,
she set me up. Yeah, that stuck with me for a week, and I was like, I got to talk to somebody about this, and that's what made me start my YouTube channel. So our very first review was Martyrs.
See, and I'll admit it, the last time I watched it, it's been like over a year or so. But like the last time I watched Martyrs, I took an edible and it fucked me up, and I have not watched it since. So
the French are next level. I must say
they are,
and I love it.
Yeah.
Even anybody seen The Platform? Oh my god, the French.
I have not watched The Platform. That's the one that's like in the prison.
Yeah, the levels is kind of based on like social economic status. My god.
No, I heard there was something about a dog in the movie, and I was like, no, thank you.
They take you there.
They do.
The French don't hold back. Oh, isn't it? Yeah, Timon, I must say.
I watched it. And I was like, oh,
I like Parasite better.
Parasite,
as far as like class struggle stuff, Parasite was just amazing.
That was so well done.
That's so good. Yeah, I love it.
Speaking of survivors, I have to mention Tiana Paris in Candyman 2021.
Oh, yes.
I like that movie. I did too. I enjoyed it.
People be hating on that. I like it.
I love that movie.
And incidentally, we should mention Vanessa Williams too, because she survived the Candyman 92 and Candyman 2021.
Sure did. She did.
One of the sweetest celebrities I've ever met. Like one of my favorite interactions. Oh, love.
Oh, see now that translates. I love
That's
it.
nice.
Nice.
She's like, sis, where did you get your shirt from? I'm like, I got it from Shein. She's like, she was like, can you airdrop it to me? I was like,
oh, I love
it. Yeah. But it was just a good time.
So I love when you get like personable.
Yeah, when they're nice in real life.
Yes, translates well.
Yeah.
I love to hear it.
And someone else.
Melrose Place. Come on, Vanessa Williams.
Melrose
Place.
Someone I mentioned is Raven Goodwin. She was in this film. It's a Lifetime movie, but it's still a horror movie.
Oh yeah.
She was in this movie called Single Black Female. And it's exactly what you think it is.
Yes.
Like it's the black version of Single White Female.
Yes, I know.
Is that the one with Amber Riley in it?
Yeah, from Glee. The one from Glee, right? Amber Riley. Yeah.
And they made a sequel.
It's a great villain. Yes, the sequel's out.
Oh wow.
Okay.
It was good. It was good. And I consider it a horror movie because people were getting killed in it. So
That'd be real life horror.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that
that's
is
now that's scary when when it's real life. Yeah.
And I love the original Single White Female because that was crazy.
How many used to Beyonce was in it? I know.
Oh, that's a good question.
Ooh, where I would be? Well, you know, I would be.
Oh, come on.
Well,
I don't know. We would die.
Franchise.
Everyone always said we so nice that we'd be the first people killed. We be throwing you a lifeline. You pull us like I feel like we one of those people. Like if someone was like, "Give me your hand," we giving you the hand. You pulling us off. We dead. Yeah, we would be dead. But let me think. Franchise.
I would do Alien.
Oh no, you know why I don't do Alien? Even though I love it, we die. The aliens. We wouldn't make it through.
Maybe Scream. Maybe Scream.
I feel like we got a better chance with Ghostface than the alien.
Well, I don't know because that's cardio.
Oh,
that's how I feel. If I gotta run, it's out. It's over for me.
Yeah, I don't know about the cardio. I could say like Selena too, but because maybe you just got to be quiet with the 28 days.
Yeah.
So maybe that, but then again, like if the cardio. So I don't know.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Maybe with cardio.
And you know, you guys, we used to run. I cannot believe we let ourselves fall so far back.
Yeah,
and high school and college, and girl, I couldn't run right now to save my life.
Yeah. I'll say 28 days later because I think as long as we quiet, you kind of stay in the shadows, maybe.
Yeah.
We could survive that one.
That's fair.
I think,
I would go. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm gonna say Nightmare on Elm Street because I'm on that Dream Warriors. I'm gonna combine everybody's power. I'm gonna be Kincaid. I'm gonna be extra strong. I'm gonna be. I forgot the little wizard boy's name, but he always bothered me because you have wizard powers in a dream and you couldn't think of nothing wizardry to do. You couldn't like rework matter or like you're a wizard.
Oh, that's scary to me. That's a good one though, Shasha.
Yeah.
No, I was wondering that too because I'm like I don't get much sleep anyway, so maybe I might be able to survive this one.
Okay. Oh, that's the worst, man. Ooh, Letty from Lovecraft Country. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
She did.
I would say besides Scream, I'm gonna have fun with the Scary Movie franchise because I know I'll come back for the next one.
I love it.
This is true.
Brenda.
Yeah.
She's in every movie and she back in the next one.
Oh my god,
I love Brenda.
She was cracking me up.
I would say Terrifier, but I know Art the Clown would tear my ass up, so and I'll be okay with that. But still, I'm trying to be that girl. So
Thank you.
I can see taking Freddie out.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate that.
I don't know if I'll make it, y'all.
That's what
I would be like, yelling at the TV like, oh, do this. But I think when it came down to it, I would be that one that's falling on the ground, getting caught.
Might be done.
Yeah.
For the count. See, you guys, we wouldn't really know until we tested.
Yeah.
Fight to our last breath. We might not make it, but we gonna try. Hey.
Wait, Lady Shasha wouldn't be good in Saw. She'd have a time limit and use it trying to replay the tape. Yes, I would miss some instructions. I would. And I'd be like, what do you say I have to do?
Yeah,
I know I want to make it.
I'm out in Saw because I can't even do the escape.
What was that one girl, the black girl who saw her arm off in Saw?
Oh, she was from the reality show Scream Queens.
I couldn't. I was like, ooh, I couldn't do that, y'all.
I could never. I just be dead.
Yeah, that could be.
Yeah,
it's okay.
That is true. Ghostface is always getting smacked in the face and falling.
Yeah, they fast.
Oh, I feel like Ghostface. I could do cardio, but I think if I could probably take him. I think so.
And they're becoming more brutal too. Like the last two like films, shit. That ladder in the balcony, like out the window and shit. No.
Yes,
no.
girl.
And I said she should have played dead after them stabs. Just
right.
Just fall to the star.
With Ghostface, all you have to do is try to get that hood off. Because once you get that hood off, they start doing their speech about why they became Ghostface, and you just brain them while they're giving you the details of why they decided to become Ghostface. Everyone always sits there and patiently waits for them to explain themselves. Like, why? Why are we waiting for you to tell your story?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Ricky, can you handle Ghostface? Ricky?
You do it, Ricky?
And he's like,
No.
No
you can put me in Night of the Demons because my ass will not show up to any of those parties.
Right.
You're like, Ash, you coming? No, I'm staying home. And I'll watch the news to see what happened. But
we're all in the movie together. I think we can outsmart him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, home invasions is scary.
Yeah, that's
like scary.
A real living nightmare. Ooh.
A leprechaun.
Well, that's
he was quick though.
Also like Chucky.
But Chucky kind of take him now. Come on.
Our puppet master.
Oh, interesting. I don't know about that.
Okay, Dale.
No,
be confident.
Be confident.
Yeah.
Leprechaun. I want me gold.
He would kill me because I'd be so entertained. Like,
Okay.
They just want us to drink y'all now.
Final.
I can't beat the leprechaun paw draws. I know my limits.
No, but Paul Draws gave us the clue. You have to find a 4-leaf clover to beat the leprechaun.
Yes, look, right there.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen a clover since I moved to Florida. I don't think they grow here.
Oh.
We'll have to build you some.
Yeah, we'll send you some.
Something, yeah. In that Florida, yeah. Is that how
I know I can do? Find Florida man. Florida man can be anything.
Oh, yeah, Josh, what's the temp down there right now? What you working with the temperature?
Let me see, because we've been going back and forth. It's been down in the 40s, then back up. Right now it's 70, and the low is going to be 54 overnight.
You know.
We got a firestorm warning earlier today. And I said, what the heck is a firestorm?
Weather patterns.
We had a fire weather warning like earlier this week because it was like it was too dry and all the wind was blowing, so it could start a fire. And then yesterday we had like a wind advisory, and then like tomorrow we're supposed to have like a frost warning or freeze warning.
She's in
Georgia.
Yeah, it's been weird down here. It snowed this year in Florida. Like it's been up and down and up and down.
Y'all been getting our weather. You can take it though.
In Ghost voice.
Oh, let's see. What is that? In Ghost Space voice, named 7 horror reboots.
No, I'm just kidding. Like for real, quickly.
Quickly. Oh, look at it. I missed the quickly. Oh,
okay. Salem's Lot.
Oh, that's good.
Does that count?
I would count
that. Yeah.
Oh shit.
I know we're trying to. I know in my head.
Is reboot remake same thing?
I'm a kind of remake.
That okay. Salem's Lot.
Candyman 2021.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what came out.
There was a recent Saw. What was it? Saw 10 or something? I don't know.
Saw, yeah.
It's like a requel because it was comes in between Saw 1 and 2 or something like that.
So Wolfman.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh, time is ticking.
My Bloody Valentine.
My Bloody Valentine. Let's see. Friday the 13th.
Oh yeah.
I hate to remember this, but the Nightmare on Elm Street remake was absolutely abysmal. Like,
yes.
Strangers Chapter 1.
Oh gosh, yes. Strangers.
God, those are terrible.
Oh, I didn't love them. And they doing 2 more. Stop. Did we make it?
3 more?
3 more. We gave you a lot right there.
I guess will the upcoming I Know What You Did Last Summer be a reboot?
That would. Oh, what
Scream
Candyman was. We said that. We said that already. Oh, sorry, you guys. Aren't they doing? Didn't they say they doing? Hitcher was one. Yeah. Oh. Are we doing? Aren't they doing the Faculty? I heard that.
The Faculty is another one they're making.
Is there another Final Destination? Are they doing
Final Destination?
Well, yeah. Final Destination.
Oh, yeah.
Speak No Evil.
Speak No Evil. Yep. Mm-hmm. Look, we giving
Speak
you.
No Evil was the fastest remake ever.
That was, yeah.
And oddly enough, I like both versions. I was not expected to like the American version.
I was so against. I was like, I'm not watching it. And it was like James McAvoy. I was like, okay, I'll watch it.
Yeah. And the changes they made sense because Americans are different. We are built different. So you had to make those changes.
I cannot doing these remakes sometimes. So like foreign, like if you don't read them subtitles and stop playing.
There you go.
Because I know they're talking about doing a remake. I know the Train to Busan is supposed to be happening.
Yeah, Train to New York.
I refuse that one.
We need an American one.
And Terrified. They're remaking Terrified, which I don't understand why. Don't touch that movie. That's too much work.
That's what
you know what I would do if I had like a Hollywood system where I was like a distributor? I would just do dubs, but I would advertise that they're like super famous people. Like, oh, it's Train to Busan, but now I don't know. Will Smith plays father. And, yeah, like I would cast like really well-known actors to do the voiceovers. And so
yeah. I don't know if you guys ever tried. Like, I know, like sometimes it's so funny. Me and I laugh sometimes. Like we'll have like I'm thinking of like 2 of our friends. Like if they can, but they will not do subtitles. Yeah. So we tried to watch a film with them dubs. I'm like, look, enough is enough. Yeah,
I can't
do it.
I have subtitles on all the time. What do you mean? Like all my TVs have subtitals.
I know they be watching it with subtitles too. So like,
all of my TVs have subtitles. I don't care where I am.
That's like the Netflix series. I'm like, hi Jane, where are you? I cannot take it. I can't.
And sometimes I get the dubs like wrong, not so much in like what they're saying, but the tone. Like I was watching. What was it called?
All of it.
The Glory. And when you watch the Korean version, the guy, he said something like, I won't take any more of this. It'll be the end of him. That's the way he says in Korean. But the English version is, I'm not going to take any more of this. I was like, dude, wasn't even screaming. He wasn't even screaming. Why are we screaming?
Yeah, I got the series that said, I'm going to sit here and watch this subtitles. It's not good. I got it. So I mean, that's good, most of it.
Especially there's another one, Hellbound. When they show the streamer that does Arrowhead, you have to watch it in Korean because the way he's screaming and acting crazy. Like, Hellbound is a series about these creatures that I guess, people get like this revelation where they have 7 days or 5 days or whatever, and then when the clock ticks down, creatures from hell come and get them. And basically like pound them into the pavement. It's real kind of brutal and violent. But there's a character that is a live streamer, and he is very, very animated, and the English dub does not do him justice.
Please stop. Yeah.
And they say he's based off of a real streamer in Korea, so I don't know.
Oh, cool.
But I think now's a good time to pop over for a commercial break and then come back.
He's
in the comments it says Sam Jackson.
So, you guys want to hear a scary story?
The spirits want to come out and play.
Ooh.
Good.
That was from one of our Scream Kings, Shalon, his studios, Skip Studios, new project called Poltergeist Hall. So you should check out his stuff. He has a YouTube series called the Abnormals. They're working on season 2 right now. Check out.
We'll definitely check out.
Oh, very, very cool. You know, we could talk about this all night, and I regret that we have to wrap it up. We were having such a good time.
Oh yeah, we'll be back.
Yes, this is amazing.
We'll absolutely be back. So I think it's a good time to let everyone know where to find everybody because, I mean, obviously we have the best panel, and y'all should follow us on socials for and a better life. Yes.
Yes.
I would start in the bottom corner. Ricky, where can they find you?
Y'all can find me at Rickey Z _social on Instagram and TikTok, or Instagram and on TikTok you can find me under Rickey _ZTV, and then always on Geeking Out on Mondays at 8:15 on YouTube, and then usually behind the scenes on Scream Kings.
Yes, Ricky.
Meka and Kira.
I'm gonna let you handle it.
Okay. So you can follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Double Feet Podcast.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty much the same.
If you go to Instagram, you can hit up our link tree if you want to follow us at other
places.
Track us
down.
Yeah.
No.
One thing I will say, you guys, we're committed. We're gonna aim to do on your radar. So that's our segment. We have a episode this Friday night. We're gonna be talking about the film Hard Truths. So follow us along when we highlight films that should be on your radar.
Yes.
Very cool. Ash to Ashes.
All right, y'all can find me pretty much accent. I'm trying to do better with Instagram at Ash to Ashes. That's Ash with the X in the middle, Ashes. You can also find me on Rise from Dead Pod and Kill the Dead podcast, and also Dread Central in my monthly article.
Very, very cool. Kristie.
Oh yes. Well, you can find me at In Love with Horror on Instagram, in the letter N Love with Horror on Twitter, but I don't really show up there anymore. But if you needed to tweet me, you could there. I mostly am on Blue Sky at Love Horror Queen. You can find me there. That's where I show up mostly myself. My husband AJ and I have a YouTube channel, In Love with Horror. You can find us there. We post sort of weekly. We're trying to get better about it. We just made a big move across the country, and we've been trying to get our life back together. You find us this weekend at BlurCon. We're going to be hosting a panel alongside the Evils, talking about love and horror. We're going to be looking at Black couples and how they show up in horror. And I hope you guys can come out so we can see each other and vibe. I'm so excited about that.
Oh, Kristie,
what else?
Kristie, is it going to be streaming? Is it going to be streaming? An option?
I might have to get some video or something to share with the people. What else? I can't think of anything else right now. Y'all just come find me, y'all. I'm somewhere.
And of course, my channel is Horror Freak. I'm on YouTube. I'm on, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky. What's left of Twitter, even though I don't really use it, but I still have my account up there. Lemonade, Threads. I'm even on Shasha or Red Note. I'm on everything.
Okay.
Yes. I've been practicing.
Say it again.
Xiaohongshu.
Come on, socials.
Yeah, shout out to my new Chinese acquaintances.
I love it.
I just recently did a Voice to the Bottom of the Barrel, which is a monthly show that we do where we talk about the worst of the worst horror movies. Or not necessarily horror movies. They can be action, thriller, but they're just horrible movies. And we kind of have a contest going to see who can pick the worst movies. And like whoever gets 0 as the total score will win. So you have to rate the movies. And last Wednesday we did the actor who got chased around the city. And it's kind of funny because it's basically a Jonathan Major story, except for the character's name Nathan Miners. And
I'm hollering. I am done.
Yeah,
Wow.
that movie is done in a thriller style. It's very, very entertaining for the first half. The second half, and then of course African American Psycho, the hip hop freak, which it's the Diddy story. It's the Diddy story, but he's also American Psycho. Even does the face mask in the mirror. Favorite scene is, you know how in American Psycho where he does like the hip to be square, Huey Lewis and the News thing, he's dancing behind. Picture Diddy doing that in a shiny suit.
I'm literally gonna watch that after the stream. Yeah, we're gonna watch it after the stream.
It is so good.
I'm intrigued.
They even redid the business card thing, except for the thing that triggers him. Instead of the business card, it's the mixtape cover. The person's mixtape cover was better than his mixtape cover. It's amazing.
Oh my god, not the mixtapes.
Yeah. Aside from that, I'm on Hood Podcast every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. We talk about all things Black nerd culture as well as news of the weird. And being that I'm in Florida, I have the advantage of always having those Florida man stories, because we have the thing about Florida man. I'm sorry, I'm long-winded, but Florida man, they do crimes that aren't on the books yet. Like there was a man. He was arrested for defecating on a dead squirrel in traffic. Yeah. Law for that.
Yeah, y'all do.
They had to arrest him for public nudity. Like that's all they could do, because like that's not even. There was another dude that he was eating pudding in the Everglades by the alligators. And it's not a law technically against that, but still, you shouldn't do that.
And Shasha, can I say every time they say in Florida, we like, yep. Yep.
It's hilarious living down there.
Oh my god, stories for days. Oh my god, crazy.
And I'm gonna be producing a little bit longer form content that I'm calling super shows. And the first one's gonna drop this Sunday, so it'll be at least an hour long for the super shows, and it's edited content. But yeah, I'm back on my grind doing my reviews. Hopefully focusing more on women in horror this month, because there's so many unsung women in horror, which, by the way, again, Coralie Farge robbed. Should have gotten an Oscar.
The Oscars this year, my God. I don't know, girl.
Oh, last side note, Keke Palmer, 8. If you saw her Oscar look.
Yes,
oh
Keke.
Her style has been on their game.
They've been on it.
Why are we drinking?
Yeah.
Drink to Keke.
One final one. Oh, okay. Drink to Keke.
Okay. Oh, and I almost forgot. We're all going to be back here next week.
Next week,
yes.
Same time.
Same time.
Yes, you guys.
Yes. Wait.
Thank you to the chat, because y'all kept it popping in the comments. I really appreciate that.
Good chat. Be back next week.
Yeah, great chat.
Forgot to shout out Dre 3K, who was also in the house. Yes. I think I got everybody else. Thank you again, chat.
Appreciate it.
TG. Hey, TG.
And with that, I'm gonna say, good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Thank you. See you next week.